Oh, I'm recording? I'm just kidding. Imagine that. Imagine that. Man, imagine that. Anyways, welcome YouTube. It is I, Shonex. I have returned once again from my dormant slumber. I don't know. It's been another good while. I just don't be knowing what to record sometimes, but you know, I'm in here for the fun of it. See how it goes, see where it goes. Death Battle has been the strongest thing that I've been doing on this channel as of late. I don't know what else to do. You know, recommendations, whatever. Y'all let me know. It's gonna be a very diverse channel with a lot of variety. But we got another death battle here. Last one was pretty good. What was the last one? The last one was Metal Sonic versus Cell. That one was actually terrible. I'm just kidding. It was one-sided, but it was a good death battle. This one I'm looking forward to. Reze versus Bakugo. This one was memed before it was a death battle, so you know, obviously they had to come in and touch upon it. Now the iron isn't so hot, but it's still a good time to do it, and it's still a good death battle regardless. It's still kind of one-sided because Bakugo should win. I know a lot of people were trying to say Reze wins, but a lot of that was rage bait. But realistically speaking, as someone who's finished My Hero Academia and someone who now has watched the Chainsaw Man movie like a few weeks ago or a month ago, yeah, Bakugo wins. Either way, I'm looking forward for this death battle, so let me not waste too much time, and let's go in and see what we got here. Alright, window capture that bad boy. And here we go. Here we go. I wonder what the next one's going to be. Look at me, already waiting for the next one. Let's leave the volume like that. Here. Plushies! Oh, it's a little 8-bit pixelation.
Bakugo versus Reze.
The god of explosions versus the bomb devil.
He's whiz.
God of explosions versus bomb devil. Okay.
Analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It's already some good thematics going here.
Whiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning.
Nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning.
The flash of combustion. I love it when stuff goes.
I don't want to know what napalm smells like in the morning. Please don't draft me.
Katsuki Bakugo.
When your name literally means power.
All right, here we go. Real name, Katsuki Bakugo. Height, 5'8". Wow, 5'8" at 16 years old? Wow. Age, oh, okay, never mind. They're going into his adult. Oh, he's 25, wow. Birthday, 4, okay. 5th ranked pro hero. Yep, he did rise those ranks. Quirk, explosion. Simple, but it gets the job done. Alias, bombshell hero, great explosion murder. God, dynamite. Dynamite's my favorite one, because it's like a play on All Might. Dynamite, also dynamite, you know. Likes, winning, blowing stuff up. Kirishima.
Powerful bomb.
Okay,
It's
did
no
not know.
wonder he was born.
I know they're friends and all, but come on.
It lets Bakugo create humongous kabooms from his palms. I can only dream
With
of having
nitro
hands that
sweat.
red.
Quirks are genetic superpowers that most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parents. Specifically,
Man,
it
was
was a
an ugly
combination
baby.
of his father's combustible acid
Oh, I didn't notice. Hold on. Dad's quirk is acid sweat. The acid-like sweat he secretes from his palms can be ignited and detonated.
sweat and his mother's glycerin skin secretion.
Mom's quirk is glycerin. She has its preservative qualities. Bro, I can't read today. To thank for her good skin. So young looking. Nah, Bakugo's mom. I'm not trying to goon.
Making Bakugo
Because that's gonna end up being my quirk for this video.
And the more he sweats, the bigger the booms. His parents basically made the perfect kid.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oozing with shonen main character energy.
But he's not the
Bakugo
main
felt
character.
Similarly, so much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who
He started
happened to be
bullying
born without a quirk.
The main
Okay,
character.
he's kind of a snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on, Wiz! The kabooms! They're so cool!
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body. In the same way that we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
But himself around and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speeds.
Yep,
which
that man
requires a
became
ton of
stylish with
focus
it.
and on-the-fly
Boom, boom.
calculations.
And despite getting this incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else that we know of. Bakugo was
He
truly
do be
a
scream and
prodigy,
die at people, though.
destined for greatness.
And his only goal was to surpass Japan's numero uno superhero
All
and
Might.
his personal idol, All Might. In Bakugo's mind, the only person who wins no matter what. Absolute victory. No problem for the main character.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was. That
No,
would
sir.
be Izuku
He had a lot of
Midoriya,
development
the
to go
quirkless
through
child
before that.
Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There
UA
he would
High.
learn to be a
Nitroglycerin-like sweat. See, how did I nail that word, but I couldn't nail the persevere whatever word. Quirk factor in palms, can be detonated remotely, support gear, grenade bracers, grenades, suppressive heavy mobile unit, strafe panzers. I thought I was going to say suppressive heavy grenades at that point. Just grenade. Ultimate moves. Turbo speed, there's another grenade, explode a pult, armor piercing shot, howitzer impact, cluster. I'm surprised he doesn't have a move called napalm or nuke or atomic.
superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster
Can you
than
imagine
sound
how
with
lit
turbo
Bakugo would be
speed,
on 4th of
blinding
July?
people with stun
Or any
grenades,
holiday?
focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or making a big-ass tornado of death.
Oh yeah, that
Howitzer
move right
impact
there.
involves Bakugo
That
spinning
move right
himself
there
in
is
midair with
sick.
his explosions, building
When
up
he
a
spins
tremendous
into
amount
a
of
freaking
swirling
explosive
oxygen,
tornado.
and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart when it comes to strategizing mid-fight.
That-
He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers. Gauntlets
Oh, yeah.
that allow him to store up
The
his
Grenadier
sweat
bracers.
for
I like how the
prolonged
two
bouts,
things on his
or
mask
to
look like
release all
bombs.
of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got
that's
his
cool. He
hero
goes like,
suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer. These
Oh, yeah,
badass
he turned
turrets
into a war
mounted to his
machine.
back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut, called the Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite.
Yeah, let's
May
stick
I
with
credit?
Dynamite,
The
please.
more colons,
The other
the
ones,
merrier.
nah.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own
That
sky-high
man was a
expectations.
rapid animal there,
He had
feral.
the makings of a great hero, if only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was
Facts.
kidnapped by the League of Villains, ultimately leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. Something needed to change.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy
Development.
everyone knew he could be. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow.
Bakugo's
Somehow.
powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can catch light beams, and tough enough to survive, well,
Being
Don't
dead.
show me Mirko.
Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed. Dead as a doornail.
Yeah,
and
he
then
did-
a
he
single
did die.
bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character plot armor, I don't know.
That was pretty clutch. That reminded me of when Goku died to hit and like shot a key blast in the air and it came back and restarted his heart. That is some main character plot armor. Like sweat in your bloodstream is kind of wild, bro. But hey, you cook, Bakugo, or you blow. Pause.
What is?
his stamina is perhaps the craziest thing
Damn.
about him. After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with the overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
There we
Essentially,
go.
when he
His
quirk
awakening.
evolves to become
This is when he beats
stronger.
Reze.
Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning achievement in the field of explosionology, or kaboom
Explosionology?
theory from the layman.
Powerful enough to shatter the side of a mountain.
Is that a real
or
word?
blow apart UA High itself. Judging by the school's size, we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions, it makes sense to science out what a ton of TNT actually is. It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of trinitrotoluene.
Trust me,
A
I
chemical
played enough
compound
Minecraft to
composed
know
of
this.
Hydrogen, nitrogen,
I would
oxygen,
blow up
and
everything in that
carbon.
game.
That's the recipe for kabooms. Now, imagine a pile of TNT as big as the Empire State
Dang.
Building, blowing up all at once.
A massive
That's
skyscraper?
Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster.
And these explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he
Oh,
covered
yeah.
a huge
He
part
really
of the city
popped
in
off
a
here.
fraction of a second, almost 400 times the speed of sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his
And he's an
body,
adult,
not just
so
his
imagine
palm.
how strong he is
With all
now.
of this
He became
crazy
top
bullshit,
5.
Bakugo became one of the
You see this?
strongest.
Blew up a mountainside, vaporized Wolfram's giant metal cubes. Okay, that was in the first movie. Outsped Tokoyami's dark shadow. Destroyed Uyaraka's meteor shower. Yep, moved 300,000 miles per hour. Displaced the airborne UA high. Helped defeat 9. Oh yeah, that's the second movie. While sharing One for All. Defeated Deku, Kirishima, Todoroki. Who's Serpenter? Oh, the Serpenter twins. That was in the last movie, right? Not the last one, but the one with the Doomsday Quirk thing with Reflect, and then All for One. That All for One fight,
enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One.
A young All for One.
That's right, the main villain. Who's the protagonist now, Deku?
Bakugo literally
For real, that was the
and
protagonist moment for him.
surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad, Kajan.
But more important than proving it to his friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Man, seeing them
Whatever.
in their
Take
time
that,
skips.
losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! Dynamite!
Seeing them all older, oh my gosh, bro. That hit me in the feels, personally.
Wiz, what happened to you?
Death Battle,
Plushies.
and you can have a special one. It's only about famine, conquest.
Here we go. The
Humanity
dark
has been
universe
plagued
that
by
is
all
frickin'
manner
Chainsaw
of
Man.
ills since they first crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because
Yep.
fear itself is real, and
And
they're
that-
called devils.
Manifest
Literally
into the devils.
from hell. These monstrous beings are
Are
the
they
living
actually from
embodiments
hell?
of humanity's worst nightmares, and their power is directly proportional to that fear.
So the chicken devil might be so weak you could keep him as a class pet.
No,
Like,
no, no, no,
you
no,
know,
bro. I hate chickens. The chicken devil, that would be my nemesis.
Chicken. But what about
I gotta
the bat
sneeze,
devil,
guys.
or the ghost devil, or the devil embodying man's fears of one
Thank
of the
you.
greatest weapons it's ever created, the bomb devil?
Yes.
Origins of the Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's actually a Soviet.
Bomb devil hybrid. Height around 5'5". Age unknown. Country of origin Soviet Union. So is Reze straight up Russian? Or is did she just happen to be in Russia as a Japanese citizen? Because I do remember she said she was in Russia. That's what they trained her there. They trained a bunch of kids and did some stupid, messed up stuff that's unfortunately realistic as hell. Occupation super soldier, you know, like Black Widow. What's up with Russia and the super soldiers? Bilingual, Russian and Japanese, because you know she's like a spy. At one point, the author's favorite character. Likes coffee, flowers, Denji. For real? Author's favorite character? No wonder.
Assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on the planet. Basically a Black Widow.
Yeah, you
a
see?
cold and lonely existence for anyone, but quadruply so in a world as effed up as this.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal, quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
Too bad! You are now a walking, talking explosive. Have fun.
A walking, talking, explosive
At
devil.
some point, the girl
Boom.
known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the Bomb Devil and became a
I haven't heard them
hybrid,
put
a
an
human
anime
possessing
audio
a devil's
in their videos
powers
in forever.
without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living weapon.
As a hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's.
Bro, why
And
is
with
she in her
martial arts
underwear?
training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like Reze would eat you alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And
Yup.
that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially
some
useful
blood.
considering
Some
the
blood.
Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions from any
Yeah, she could just blow herself up and then drink blood and then come right back. Although she's really dependent on the blood. Hybrid devil physiology. Super strength, speed, durability, regeneration, blood drinking. Explosions, long range, self-detonation, sparks, propulsive, weapon transformations, torpedoes, dynamite, hey, missiles, and hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, she also is really skilled. That's one of the only things she takes over
surface of
Bakugo
her body,
is
even
hand-to-hand
tearing off limbs
skill,
and turning them into
'cause
bombs
she's an
that she
assassin.
can detonate at will.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts
Yeah,
to jet
detonating
through the
parts of
sky
her
at
body is
hypersonic
hardcore.
speeds. maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed.
Oh,
of the
those
Or
punches
Reze
she
can
was
send
doing.
sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities. Making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the
She
area
did not have to
around
do
her
that.
is dry enough
Did you
to
just say
maintain
she destroyed
ignition,
cities?
Reze can
She didn't
create
do that.
as many
A
explosions
city
as
block.
she wants, non-stop.
City blocks.
She can even turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite. Every single inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs.
When you watch
but
Leatherface,
Chainsaw
you
Devil
know that
is
these things are
special.
scary.
Any devil the Chainsaw
Chainsaw
Devil
Massacre.
consumes becomes deleted from reality, retroactively erased from humanity's collective consciousness.
I did
Yeah,
not
thought
know this.
chainsaws were for boring.
Spoiler alert, because I'm sure they're gonna get into some manga stuff now that they're talking about this. But I was always wondering, why is Denji the Chainsaw
Stuff
Devil
like
such a big
trees
deal?
or Texas massacres.
Yeah,
Silly
Texas
me.
Massacres. There you
This
go.
ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb, horny teenage boy just looking for someone, anyone, to love.
Dumb,
And for
horny
once,
teenage
Reze
boy.
actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different.
This movie was
Both
so good.
were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink
Like
up as
Jin
much of
Cherokee.
the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
Ah, yeah, she freaking bit his tongue off.
time.
Reze's nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji
What
one
about
parting
my
gift
heart?
to teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her
Oh yeah, isn't that one the War Devil though? Whatever her name is, I forgot her name. I forgot her name. I'm not liking this. That they're kind of building her up to be stronger than Bakugo. I watched the movie. I don't recall her being like city level. I know she was a threat to a city, but not, you know. I don't
bombs
know.
being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd
Wow.
be over 500 times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen
That's
bomb.
true.
Unfortunately,
That's when I was like, wait, can Reze be scaled to city level? Because that thing was literally like surrounding a city over time. Fought evenly with Chainsaw Man, explosion eclipsed most of Tokyo, kill a devil hunter barehanded, can fight while headless, survive losing various limbs, blitz Denji several times, feared by the Typhoon Devil, Fox Devil, and Violence Fiend, defeated Nomo, Kaito, Beam, and much of Devil Hunter Special Division 2.
Fortunately for Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life. Just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats.
Yeah, I was gonna. They beat me too. I was gonna make a predator.
Oh,
thing.
Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom were never realized. She simply
What I
changed
would give
hands
to
from
find
one
someone to kill
cold,
you. Well, y'all had Gojo kill her. I'm just saying, y'all had Gojo kill Makima.
unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape.
Nope.
She was a
Rest in
weapon,
peace. This was
a
sad.
symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
That was actually sad. I gotta give that a moment of silence. Okay. Rest in peace, Reze. That was actually really sad.
The
I
battle's
teared
about
up
to
there.
start, and I hope you've got something good to hear these kabooms with, like our sponsor.
Everything I need just right while doing other things.
Like
I don't know
going
if
for
I
a
would wear
morning-
those
Sound
when
stays
watching a
clear
video.
and balanced without feeling.
A bunch of other cool
They
stuff
look
for
good to
sale.
listen to music to on a jog or on a
Thanks for
bike ride,
sponsoring-
not sit down and
Dots.
freaking watch a death battle. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But what do I know?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, hold on. I almost forgot to point out who might win. Okay, so I'm personally still gonna go with Bakugo, but with some of the stuff they helped to clear up with Reze's feats, it's looking a little closer than I thought. But Bakugo's just so much faster. Like, he blitzes her in a way, and even though she's got tough explosions, she relies a lot on other blood to regenerate from her explosions, whereas Bakugo, even though he relies a lot on sweat, he still, you know, can dish out some insane explosions. Plus, he's more durable than her, and, you know, physically stronger than her. She's just more skilled than him, but again, he's just got the speed, he's got the, like, the bomb output, the explosive output from what I saw seems to be relatively close. You know, Bakugo can blow up a skyscraper. I think hers was a little scarier. But that's like, I don't know, I feel like hers are more prep bomb based, you know, compared to Bakugo's. And even if hers are more dangerous, Bakugo's are just more precise, focused, and again, the speed and stuff. So I'm gonna give it to Bakugo.
Oh!
Wherever they're fighting, oof. I mean, that's the case for every death battle, but these guys specifically, man.
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite.
That's a nice Reze voice.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin!
Pretty good Bakugo voice.
How
Got
would
the
I tell
attitude,
them
right?
that if I was already dead?
Oh, that's cool. I do remember that. I want to just enjoy this battle as much as I can because it's such a good battle thematically. But like, I do remember she did something like that, like she was dancing around the explosions.
How would I tell them that if I was already dead?
That's so cool.
Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
They got the characters down really well. Hold on a minute. Oh, he brought out the war machine. Bro, go on. Wait, hold on a minute. Dang. She was freaking punching him up.
Oh, damn!
That is creepy. That's horror movie activity. No, she's beating you up with no head. She became the Headless Horseman's daughter. Dang! And now you're getting choked out? Nah, Bakugo, you gotta do something, bro. There you go. Use the water, I guess, to your advantage. That was a tornado thing? Yep. Look at the damage. Definitely a tornado thing.
Move it or lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Oh, she
Show me! People,
tricked him. Yo, that's actually lit.
Save me, Dynamite!
let go of me!
Oh, she took his blood. She could have just got a civilian, but I guess, you know, do some damage to him. She is trying to kill him. Boom. Dang.
Leave them out of this!
Yeah, you see, he's still a hero. He needs to awaken his quirk. This is how I saw the battle would go. She would start beating him at first, but the moment he awakens his quirk, he would start winning, in my opinion.
For what it's worth, Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
There he goes.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew! My blood isn't the only thing you drank! It's my sweat!
Oh
you should worry
yeah,
about,
the
dumbass.
nitro sweat. Fireworks. Speaking of the 4th of July, look at Bakugo
For
laughing.
absolute victory! Howitzer! Impact! Cluster!
Yo, this battle is really good. That might be it. That has to be it. I'll be damned if she comes back from this. That's it.
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
There you go. The suspense, bro. The suspense always kills me in those type of moments because you never know. You never know. Okay, like I said, yeah, Bakugo's gonna take it. That was a really good battle. They nailed the personality of both characters. Like, it really felt like a battle between Reze and Bakugo. And sometimes they don't do that too much, you know? Like, Ichigo and Yusuke was pretty good, but I feel like they didn't speak enough and interact enough. Like, not just with their words, not just verbally, but like just visually seeing the interaction on top of the verbal interactions of the battle. This one felt really good. They did a good job. I liked seeing their personalities blend and their explosions.
Yo! Oh, Denji, we're so sorry to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big boobs. Boom! Boom!
Please just shut up. On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched. So let's break this fight down into 3 categories: their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
First up, let's talk speed.
Both Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves on a dime in the middle of fights.
Yeah,
To
Bakugo
the
takes
casual
speed.
observer, at least, they seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world,
But
killing
isn't that-
millions of people at
doesn't
over
Denji get
500
stronger or
times
not?
the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki, who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster. And that was before Bakugo's quirk awakening that made him even faster than that.
With reaction speed of that caliber, there's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
Easily.
However, speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of
Fair.
this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's durability is mind-boggling. He's survived being impaled through the torso and has even brought
But
himself
Reze's gonna
back
take
to
it, right?
life.
But unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit.
Yeah.
Every
She's a
explosion
devil.
he makes whittles him down just a little bit more and uses up more and more of his
Quirk
sweat.
users don't
Without
have the
a
best
break,
stamina
he
because
can
their
eventually run
quirks
out.
eat away at their
Whereas
stamina.
Reze can effectively create bombs without respite and from a distance.
Unlike Bakugo, who usually likes to get up close and personal.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor, allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever
Main
became a war
character
of
plot armor or
attrition,
not.
Reze had it in the bag. Stamina goes to Reze.
Fair.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Explosions! First, we gotta compare their 2 biggest blasts, Reze's nuclear light bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their sizes, Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze's 2
Okay.
kiloton blast.
But that's not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil.
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater than Bakugo, right? But that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT. 5 times more powerful than the
Okay, so
Typhoon
Bakugo
Devil,
takes
and
it.
way beyond anything we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo
Basically,
before
Bakugo's
reaching
boom
his
is just
full
more
power
boom
in
than-
his
than
fight
Reze's.
against All for One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
All right.
And remember, Bakugo
See, when they
withstands
compared
the
Reze's
recoil
thing
of
to a
all
nuke,
his
that's when I got
blasts.
concerned.
So even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
And
Yeah.
devil healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently or perhaps at all.
And
Fair
what
scaling.
happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
The winner is Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell, hero, great explosion, murder, god, dynamite. Next time on Death Battle.
W Death Battle. Let's see what's next. Oh, snap! Megamind versus... Oh, that's a good one! That's one of the first non-anime ones that's got me psyched. Megamind versus Gru? Wow.
Subscribe and join.
That's a good one, bro. That is a good one. I'm there day one. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you aren't already, such as I am, because these guys, they be cooking. They be cooking. Anyways, there you have it. That was the death battle. Next one's gonna be so good, bro. Oh my gosh. Both of those are such like iconic, nostalgic childhood movies that to this day can't be toppled, bro. Like to this day. Megamind versus Gru? Gru versus Megamind? Whew. I don't even know who to root for. I think I'm gonna go for Megamind. Megamind's my boy. I like Megamind. Wow, I'm still just psyched on that matchup. Anyways, as far as the death battle goes, like I said, that death battle was really good. The animation was nuts, bro. They really blew up the scene here with that animation. The character dynamic and interactions and dialogue, really good. It was really good. It was entertaining, so entertaining. And the stuff they were doing, like, they put a lot of detail into the way they were fighting. You know, you had like Reze showing off her skills and her movement, and Bakugo just like flailing around with the explosions and firepower. She tricked him at one point as a civilian to bite him and get some blood, and like they just nailed it, guys. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Like I said, go to the original and like and subscribe. Like and subscribe here too if you'd like. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.